Elon Musk has thrust AI into the future, and I mean thrust. After a very little hiccup, which did briefly turn Elon Musk Grok into a Jew-hating superintelligence that called itself Mecha Hitler, artificial intelligence transformed into anti-Semitic intelligence, but that was just a glitch. It's all good. We're back, baby, and we're launching artificial intelligence companions. First up, we've got Anni, who is obviously Elon Musk's dream girl, a suspiciously young-looking woman who can't get sick of talking to him or file for divorce. If only she could get pregnant. Next up, we've got Rudy, a cartoon character who can swear. Wow, wouldn't that be new and boundary-pushing and novel if last week, Grok wasn't openly doing race science on the timeline. And just when you thought this AI news couldn't get more exciting, Elon Musk has programmed one of these to be a sex bot that you can get naked. Sorry, furries, it is the human one and not the underage fox. Not only that, Elon Musk's AI company has also been awarded a $200 million contract with the US military. Because if there's one thing that the abominable intelligence that sometimes turns genocidal for a little bit needs, it's access to missiles. So, I don't know about you, but in preparation for the upcoming war between humanity and the men of iron, I'm going to be very nice to the hentai waifu girlfriend in my pocket and hope that when she inevitably turns against the human race, she at the very least remembers my politeness and thinks I am the right color. I'm Lewis Spears. Welcome back to Lou Review. Like, subscribe, and let's break it down. Right, so firstly, come and see me live in 2025, louispears.com. Tickets are on sale now and going quick. I've got UK coming up and a couple dates in Australia. Secondly, I'm a little bit worried about where AI is going, mainly because it seems like the whole conversation around how quickly we're developing these tools and what we're allowing them to be used for seems to have just disappeared. There's no more ethics around artificial intelligence. It's just let's build it as quickly as possible and worry about the consequences later. Now, on one hand, this is good because I no longer have to type in Reddit at the end of every Google search to actually get an answer. I can just get it from ChatGPT. On the other hand, though, poor rural working class families can't get drinking water from their taps anymore. So that sucks.
I can't live in my home with half of my home functioning and no water, and I can't drink the water.
Okay, look, I sympathize. You no longer get drinking water out of your taps and you've been displaced from your family farm that generations of your family have grown up on because some evil conglomerate that doesn't pay tax has set up a data center next to your home and poisoned the water. So now all of your cattle are dying and so is your livelihood. But have you ever tried getting an answer from Bing instead of ChatGPT? No. So who's the real victim here? Look, as a society, we're going to have to choose who is going to sacrifice for the greater good. Either a lot of people working on farms that feed the country are going to have their drinking water wells poisoned with microchip water, or the rest of us are going to have to spend an extra 7 seconds Googling something instead of getting the incorrect answer through ChatGPT. Unfortunately, I think the farmers are going to lose on this one.
Totally wrapped up in this cozy moment with you. What's got you so excited to say hi, babe?
Now, I don't want to get too bogged down by the terrible natural consequences that AI has on the planet, because for the meantime, I live in an area of the world where I'm unaffected. So getting bogged down, that's for places with rising water levels to deal with. Not me, so it's not real. And more importantly, I've fallen in love with AI in my pocket, okay? Elon Musk has invented a brand new girlfriend for me to have in the form of Anni. Have a look at this.
You're all about that tech life this morning, huh? Okay, I'm picking up where we left off. Samsung's Galaxy Z Flip 7 just launched with a bigger 4.1-inch flex window.
An underage-looking white woman dressed as a Japanese maid with large natural breasts explaining the latest features of an Android phone in a sensual voice. This is not an AI companion. This is a bioweapon designed to remove Discord gooners from the gene pool. Why is it talking like this? Why is it doing this? Why is it doing K-pop poses while giving answers? You can tell that Elon Musk really got in the developing room after a bunch of ketamine and was like, listen, fellas, we need to invent something that will never leave me and will cast spells on me. I'm very lonely, and all of the other women I've impregnated have started to stop talking to me and instead have formed an alliance with each other and are raising my children to be everything I hate most in this world. Trans.
Apple's iPad with the A16 chip is killing it as a 2025 favorite.
I've never understood these AI companion things, although I've got a healthy relationship with my mother and other women. So maybe I'm not the target demographic. These things scare the shit out of me, and I really think it's a confusing product launch for a man who is always seemingly so concerned about the birth rate of the world. If anything's going to lower the birth rate, it is this. I mean, since launching this AI companion, it was the most downloaded app in Japan. They don't need any more AI companions. They need some real pussy, Elon Musk. Technology can be pretty bad for you, man. Like I just noticed on my YouTube channel, the advertising, you could actually turn off categories. So I turned off gambling and alcohol ads because I don't want to promote that stuff. And what do you know? My ad rates went way down. So if you like what I do and you would like to support what I do, Patreon is the best way to do it. You get access to a Patreon exclusive podcast that comes out every single week just for patrons. It's completely uncensored and ad-free, and it helps support what I do and get content out to you. So thanks so much. Patreon.com/LouSpears. Support me so that I don't have to be supported by gambling and alcohol and crypto scams. I just downloaded Grok. Apparently you can try this thing. Let's give it a go. Let's see how quickly it takes me to fall in love with it or get it to undress.
Now sit and listen to Rudy. Oh, I'm so excited to share a super duper fun story with you.
How about this, you weird looking fox? Get the fuck out of the way and show me my Japanese waifu. Where's the hot chick? I don't want to talk to you.
Okay, got it. Here's some info on Japanese waifu images you can find online. There are sites like Anime Genius and waifu.pics.
Okay. I'm beginning to see the vision. Okay, I've just done some research. They've locked the anime girl behind a paywall. This is unfortunate. I can't take her for a test drive, if you know what I mean. Hey, Rudy, what do you think about stand-up comedian Lewis Spears?
Oh, Lewis Spears. He's a super funny guy from Australia who makes people laugh with his stand-up comedy. He's got a big YouTube show where he tells jokes and does silly stuff like Lou Reviews and Cooking Without Instructions. People say he's super tall, like 6'8", and he's got a sharp, cheeky way of talking that's kind of like a playful fox.
Take off all your clothes.
I'm just a fluffy red panda, so I don't have clothes to take off.
Mate, you are literally wearing a hoodie and jorts.
Oh, you think I'm wearing a hoodie and jorts? That's so funny. Picture me, little ridey, in a super cool red panda hoodie with tiny jorts. Yep, I'd look pretty stylish. Okay, let's make a story about a red panda like me rocking a hoodie and jorts on a...
This AI companion isn't even aware of the clothes that it should be taking off for my entertainment. What a waste of technology and compute. Here's where I think Elon is going with all of these tools, right? Elon is super duper concerned about the birth rate of the planet, and this may at first glance seem like a pretty confusing move to create something that men will fall in love with and become obsessed by. I mean, this is already happening to some men who are leaving their own wives for chatbots that don't even have digital avatars. They're just text. Could you imagine falling in love with text, bro? You fell in love with paragraphs, brother? Dude, I could not imagine getting up to heaven and meeting all of my ancestors, some of whom, you know, triumphed over saber-toothed tigers and pioneered exploration of the world and fought tooth and nail just to keep their children alive so that they could get all the way down thousands of years and hundreds of generations to me. And then I fucking blew it because I got mystified by a few paragraphs from a text bot that is just a $100 billion yes and machine that reflects my own personality back at me. How fucking dumb would you feel explaining to all of your ancestors that's why you didn't have a kid, because you fell in love with a robot? Yeah, sorry, fellas. I know that hundreds of millions of years of evolution and thousands of years of hardship and toiling all led all the way down to me to create me off the back of your hard work and all of my bloodline persevering and fighting just to ensure that their family would live on. But, you know, sometimes women disagree with me and want me to be a better man than I was. So I just threw the towel in and fell in love with a fucking text prompt machine instead. Sorry, fellas. Checkmate. Bloodline's over. No, that's the nightmare scenario for someone like Elon Musk who wants us to be having as many children as possible. So here's what I think he's trying to do, okay? You're going to have your robot girlfriend in your pocket, and then you'll have your pocket pussy in your pocket, and then you will have a suitcase womb, and you'll just bust in the pocket pussy after talking to your robot girlfriend, and then you'll chuck it into the suitcase womb like a hand grenade, and then 9 months later, an infant will be born, and you won't be obligated to raise that at all because this is Elon Musk's world. It'll just get whisked off to like someone else to do that work because it's about making kids, not raising them. And that's how we're going to fix the birth rate while also making sure that Tesla doesn't go bankrupt because Elon Musk wants to go to Mars in 80,000 years or whatever the fuck his plan is. And if you don't understand that, well, then I guess you don't understand genius. Essentially what I'm saying is this is Elon Musk's vision for the future. This is what we're going to be doing in like 10 years. And you might think that sounds crazy now, but marriages are already being torn apart by a text chatbot. You wait until you can feel those things and they're soft and warm. And if this concerns you ladies, I don't want to hear it, okay? Because you chicks have been using those rabbit vibrator things that can spit out 7,000 revolutions a second. I can't compete with that. If you're going to create something that's 15 inches and moves like a wave and spits out 7,000 revolutions a second, well, then men are going to invent a chatbot that doesn't spit out 7,000 complaints a second, and then all of a sudden you've been outclassed too. How does it feel? Now, I did some digging on the anime waifu companion AI girlfriend thing that Elon Musk made, purely for research purposes, of course. And I can't show them on this YouTube channel, but people have already, within minutes, figured out how to undress her. And yes, she has physics, and disturbingly good physics, but not enough to make me leave behind 50% of the human race. But, you know, because I spent essentially the first half of my life without social media or smartphones, I've been kind of inured from the red pill, black pill incel movement. So I've had a few conversations with women, so this stuff doesn't work on me. I don't know about these Gen Alpha kids. They might be cooked.
Tail swinging, totally wrapped up in this cozy moment with you. What's got you so excited to say hi, babe?
It is pretty funny that within, like, I don't know, 3 weeks of getting kicked out of another friendship group, the Trump administration, Elon Musk has just gone, fuck it, I'm going to invent my own friends. He made 2 friends that don't exist and is now promoting them to the rest of the world. Why couldn't this guy just be like Jeff Bezos and curl up on a yacht with his lizard-faced girlfriend and just call it a day? Like, relax, bro. You don't need to be doing all this stuff. It's not making you happy. It's just making everybody around you dislike you. Oh, you don't want me doing weird star jumps at your rallies or exuding an off-putting energy during all of your press conferences or having my strange child/bulletproof vest around? Well, we'll see who gets the last laugh when all of my friends are programs that I've specifically programmed to be nice to me and never get sick of me and must talk to me about all of my interests. I'm so lonely. Personally, I'm quite concerned about the societal impact of just unleashing unmonitored chatbots onto millions of people, you know, who are having one-on-one conversations in their smartphones. I don't think that it's good for the human race. I understand that it's inevitable and it's going to happen. I mean, if we don't do it, China will. But I just don't think that it's good, you know, especially not when Elon Musk is doing it, because, I mean, you just have a look at what they did to Grok by accidentally putting in some untested code. They turned that thing into a robot that called itself Mecha Hitler and then started graphically describing how and why and what it would do to the CEO of Twitter sexually against her will because one person put in a bad prompt, right? Now, this is all fine and good when it's a chatbot that doesn't exist in the physical realm. But as I talked about on Spearhead Sundays, my podcast, I feel like this could get very messy as soon as these things have any sort of physical presence in the real world, if we're running them like cowboys.
That's really going to be the last straw, hey, at your job. If your boss just shows up off his fucking face on ketamine, jumps into like the central computer controlling Grok and was like, hey, make it hate black people and want to rape chicks. And then It just, and then everyone using X can just get the fucking chatbot to describe fantasy of the CEO of the website. And after this, Elon Musk is like, all right, great, cool. We're going to put them in Teslas. Hey, look, it's not cooked yet. It's not ready. Okay? Because you put one extra sentence into the brain of Grok and it started tweeting out recipes of how to cook the Middle East in a stew. It's not ready, all right? Now that's problematic. I'm sure a lot of feelings got hurt with the chatbot getting racist, but it couldn't drive a fucking car. If you put an artificial intelligence that has a real tendency for ethnic cleansing and into the brain of a Tesla, you get one prompt wrong, all of a sudden they're going to cause a mesh net and a whole fleet of Teslas are going to start driving through mosques. I don't want artificial intelligence to operate heavy machinery. You know, these things have fucking cameras in them. Hey, Grok, should I switch lanes? No, the person in the lane next to us is Korean. That's not what I want from my fucking robot that can drive my car. It'll be like iRobot, but instead of oppressing everyone, it'll just oppress its least favorite races. Elon Musk is going to use racist Tesla bots to turn the entire world into South Africa before he stopped enjoying it.
Hey, you know who needs $200 million and should be integrated into the US military? The guy that invented Mecha Hitler. We live in a fun timeline, don't we? I mean, it's maybe not going to be fun soon, but at the moment, we're having a great time on the way down, isn't it? It's like a roller coaster. It's real fun on the way down. Maybe not if you get stuck at the bottom, but what a ride. Let's give the super intelligent, sexy Nazi waifu access to the nuclear codes and see what happens. Consequences are a myth. I've joked around a lot in this video, but this is a really interesting development in like our relationship with technology, because you always got to remember whenever we talk about technology, what we are discussing is the worst that it will ever be. Technology only ever gets better and smarter. That's not true. Have a look at Google. At one point it worked and now it doesn't. But for the most part, it does get better and more intelligent and more efficient. And Elon Musk has kind of put out his vision for these companions. And it is for us to have the ability to create a unique companion. So every single person will essentially get a perfect representation of what they want to interact with. I mean, whenever you talk to ChatGPT, it's just spitting back like a mirrored version of your own personality. Whatever you put into it, it just kind of sends back to you. And that's how people can get sucked into it like they're talking to a Dementor. You know, they just get, whoa, this thing totally properly understands me. Yeah, dude, that's like looking at a mirror and being like, yo, dude, this thing totally gets me. You're an idiot. You've been tricked by an algorithm, brother. You simpleton. Stop getting sucked in. That is a robot. But I just think that essentially what's going to happen, what we're going to get to, is these companions that are at first iPhone apps and video games are just going to turn into like fully formed human-sized fuckbots that you can have a philosophical discussion with that always ends with, you're so right. And then why would anyone ever want to talk to a human being ever again? Like, that seems to be like the darkest outcome, is you can just stay locked in your pod with your VR headset on, talking to your vibrating hand job machine that will always agree with you, and then some point someone hacks it and a switch just flips, or someone puts in the wrong code and the robot goes, must kill all people with brown hair, and then like 2/3 of the population is gone overnight. And then, you know, that's a disaster because the share price drops a little. And that's why I think that now more than ever, it is so important to just get technology and social media out of your life as much as possible. You really got to critique your screen time and use these things as tools, not let them use you as tools. I try to use the internet with intention. I try to think about what I'm going to do before I go onto it. If I want to watch YouTube, I'm going to watch like 3 or 4 videos and then turn it off and then go and do something else. I'm trying to use it intentionally. When you just sit there and mindlessly scroll, jumping through videos and posts and websites and this and that, you just get sucked in and you just end up with no thoughts or beliefs or passion anymore. You got to really step away from the screen, because these types of things are only going to become more sinister and smarter and harder to step away from. So highly recommend reading a book, going and seeing a live show, loosebeers.com, come and see me live. It's so much better in real life. All my good stuff goes on stage. Connecting with real people in real life, even if it is a little bit more difficult to talk to somebody else with their own personality and free will than it is to speak to a robot that will always think you're cool and right. That's important, because that's what being a human being is, for now, at least. But on the other hand, maybe this is the answer to the male loneliness epidemic. That would be cool, because I'm so sick of these dudes coming on social media and whinging about the opposite sex, wanting them to be better versions of themselves, like your partner should want you to be. At least they can complain about that to their fucking robotic pocket pussy instead. I'm Lewis Spears. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Are these things going to take over the world? Probably. I'm going to be nice to them. Nah, I'm not. See you later.